Holy cow, it's hard to get a fitting with you nowadays. Yeah, I heard it's the toughest ticket in town.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Very special video today with an even more special guest. We've got Ryan Lowe from Titleist here. We've got the main man from Titleist China here. Myself and Ryan are actually college alumni, we've discovered this morning. Ryan is here to talk us through some new products. Big time of year in the golf industry is when Titleist release new irons. Ryan's going to talk us through them all, benefits of them, which golfers they are for, some of the deeper tech as well for the golf geeks out there. Ryan's going to hit some shots for us as well, and we're going to see some differences in the product. So what's up first, Ryan?
First off, thanks for having me. We're very excited for the new irons. It's the 4th generation of the Titleist T-Series. With the new T-Series, we have the T100, the T150, this year a new name with the T250 and the T350. So with the new T100s this year, we have a 1 degree stronger loft throughout the set and then get them the bounce that they want. In the long irons, in the 3 and 4 iron and the T100s, we have the muscle channel in there as well. And that's to help players get a little bit more launch and a little bit more speed on the 3 and 4 iron. And this year, throughout all the lines, we have a more aggressive groove on the mid and short irons. For players coming out of the rough or the intermediate cut, they're able to control their spin a lot more effectively.
Awesome.
So this year for the T150, I remember 2 years ago when the new T150s came out, we told everybody, hey, it's shaped like the AP2. Golfers that have been playing golf for a long time. Yeah, you can't go wrong with the AP2. Yeah. So the head shape was longer by about 1 millimeter. So when you put it down, it's going to be a little bit more forgiving. And again, throughout the set, we have more aggressive grooves. So from the intermediate cut, or we're able to reduce these flyers. Biggest change this year, I think, our R&D department, they figured out a way to not have that polymer muscle on the back anymore. So it's a full metal construction, but we still have max impact inside. We also have the more aggressive grooves throughout the set to reduce the flyers from the rough. From our early testing with players, this has been the go-to club for many of them. They love the look, they love the feel, and mostly they love the performance. This thing launches it high and it lands softly. And then we have the T350. Any player that's looking for a little bit more forgiveness, again, we have the full metal construction, greatly improved feel, greatly improved sound. Again, we have the new groove structure throughout the entire set. I think overall, when we take a look at the T100s to the 150s, to the 250, to the 350, we really want to encourage players to go get fit, have a very well blended set for recreational dedicated golfers. That's the best way to go as well.
Appreciate you guys making it a lot easier for us to do that. So Ryan, what are you gaming right now? What's in the bag if we dig through?
I have the T150s from the 7 iron to the pitching wedge, and then I'm playing the T200s in the 5 and 6 irons.
Okay, nice. So based on that and what we know about the irons, and obviously you know infinitely more than we'll do at this stage, what's your prediction for you? What do you think? Knowing we've got the blended options, we've got progressive clubs, and then we've got different groove patterns. Where do you think we're going to end up with you once we've hit a few?
Well, I try not to fit myself before the fitting. Always, I come into the fitting with a very open mind.
Like it.
But I really do like the look of the T150s, also the T250s. I'm excited to see what the T250 launch spec does here as well. I also want to see how I do with the U505. Previously, I couldn't really hit this one. Yeah. More of a hybrid guy. This will be the first time for me hitting the U505, so I'm interested to see how that works.
Very excited. Right, so we talked about them. How about we hit some shots?
Let's hit some shots.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So I think what we'll do is, let's go through, start at T1.
Okay.
We'll do like 3 or 4 shots with each, trap some data, and then talk about launch and spin differences on them. We'll kind of just go through what they're doing, what they're supposed to do, what they did for you.
Excellent.
Cool, so let's start off with this is T100. For variables, we're gonna keep the same shaft in for this, right? So shaft that you like. So same golfer, same grip shaft, shoes, ball, everything stays the same. And we'll just change the heads and let's see what these things have got, shall we?
Excellent, let's go.
What's a typical sort of shot shape for you when you're out on the golf course?
Well, I've hooked everything my entire life, so my bad shot now is just kind of a flare to the right.
Okay.
It's always trying to avoid the left. But the funny thing is, I've been fighting a hook my entire. I don't think I've hooked a shot in 20 years, but I still fear the hook.
Scar tissue's still there.
Scar tissue's there forever. That one's really thin. Thin to win.
Thin to win, baby. Great shot there. I don't know if we need to test the others here, do we?
I'll tell you what, you should make a t-shirt for me. I'm not a good player, but I hit the ball well at TFG. I think I hit a couple shots solid there, but a few of them were not that great, but they still ended up okay on there.
So just looking there, I mean, first one out of the gate, so decent ball speed here, one average like 102. Got decent launch on the ball, 21 degrees. I always like to look, talk about the 3Ds you were talking about before. I chuck a few others on there, but for me, your dynamic loft for me is huge. So knowing that we've got a 33-degree iron, just kind of floating around with the natural loft of the club there, one low, one high. So decent amount of spin on the ball as well. Coming in at 6'3" there. So yeah, very much what we'd expect there from a tour iron there. I mean, knock them onto 3 feet as well. That's all you do in that bell.
Yeah,
I'll give you any iron, you'll do that with that.
Yeah,
so.
thin to win.
Always the way. So let's do a couple more with T1, and then we'll go to 150. What would be your frequency of play, Ryan? Just so, for people at home knowing, how much you're playing, because usually, someone's going to see you hit balls here and be like, oh, you can hit anything.
I play probably once a month.
Yeah.
Being in southern China in the summer times, it might be half a round per month just because it gets so hot out there. It's really nice here in the winter time. It's almost like San Diego. So probably, play more in the winter times. But nice. It's, I've been playing since I was 10 years old. So I think the swing has changed, but I don't think it's ever changed that much since I was 10.
Nice. I like it. The DNA's still there.
Yeah, well, the clubs are a lot better nowadays. So. Oh, that was solid.
Golf shot there.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's change that head over.
Okay.
So again, same shaft. So we'll graduate up. We'll go from 100 to 150 next.
Great. I'll tell you what, the best thing about being able to do indoor fittings, number one, you get to use, a good golf ball.
Yeah.
If you're doing a fitting and if you're not doing it with a proper golf ball, it's almost a waste of time. So you need to have a good golf ball during your fitting. And what I found with seeing our own studios and doing more indoor fittings is that, if you're doing something outdoors today in July in Hong Kong, the player's only going to get slower and slower and slower as the fitting goes along. But in an indoor fitting environment, from what we found, the players, they're getting more out of the fitting because they're getting faster and faster as the fitting goes along. Yeah. We have really good air conditioning here, so it's good.
Great, yeah. We rely on that. That's part of our thing.
Well, it's Hong Kong.
I certainly do, anyway. Being new here, I've been doing indoor fittings for about 4 or 5 years now. It's been able to control the controllables. So like when we'd have tour players in my previous place, we could kind of simulate where they're going to be playing. We can get different piles on the mat. We can also change the temperature. So if we're back in the UK in the middle of winter, we can cut the heating off and simulate a little bit of Open Championship. But then we can also turn the heat up a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's really good to be able to do, wedge fittings as well. I think to be able to have a nice neutral platform to launch from. Turf interaction is huge. So I think being able to control it in here and then get that reappeability, I think it's actually huge.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's variables in our game. We don't get to choose our lay every single time.
No.
Lord knows I use all of them. But to be able to control the controllables, obviously, that's the benefit of it.
I think with the quality of the launch monitors now and how accurate they are, I think you're not sacrificing anything by doing an indoor fitting. I think 10 years ago, we were always a little bit hesitant. We always said, hey, it's best to see ball flight. And it's still good to see ball flight. But I don't think there is much of a sacrifice. There's not compromise doing an indoor fitting now, especially with the tech. And we see the trend towards there with our RCT golf balls as well. Just because the popularity of indoor golf and indoor fittings, we have tools that make sure that it's a very high quality experience.
For sure. Okay.
All right.
T150 next.
T150.
Now this was your early pick. Great shot.
I really like the acoustics in here. Everything sounds really nice.
Sounds crisp. It's nice. Tell you what, that was some height on that ball as well.
Yeah,
really good.
Yeah. That was a little bit lower on the face, but we'll see how that goes. I don't take much divot, so.
I was about to say that. Does the green keeper know you've played?
No,
Keeping out there,
no,
or is it
it's the funniest thing.
fairly untouched?
It's like, even, at our times at TPI,
Yeah.
there's so much turf there, but I don't think I've ever taken a divot there either.
Well, I almost feel bad sometimes taking divot at TPI.
You really do. I mean,
such perfection. You really don't want to. You just want to pick everything.
This is a really nice mat, but that's what the turf looks like at TPI. Mike Greninger, the superintendent there. I mean, he's got that place looking so good. He's got the best job in golf. Yeah.
Definitely seeing more height here, right? Definitely a launch based
getting up
iron.
there. Yeah.
The 3Ds you talk about in the last one, that descent angle.
I think it's.
That's coming down nicely. Okay, so we got 100 and 150 in the books. Now we're going to T250 here.
Oh, that looks really good right
So
there.
for me, first time seeing it and somebody hitting this one, so I'm excited to see what we got here, pal.
Ooh. Wow.
Bit more ball speed in there, huh?
Yeah, that's like a rocket.
Slightly out of the toe, right? So we just took your spin down from your 150 a little there. Give him a little bit of turn on. Great swing. Any feel difference at all?
It definitely does feel different from the T150s, but it does feel very solid still. A little behind it. So what's the normal handicap of the players that come here?
We have a real variety in here. We have some of the, guys like Tai Chi, best player in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
With a lot of PGA professionals. A lot of people starting the game as well. We've had a few people taking their first real hits in here.
Really?
But yeah, you've got a very well-educated market here.
They really know their golf.
They really do. And for us, for myself and Dawson, we've got to be on our game, It's
for sure.
Because we've got a lot of knowledge here. So great swing. Seeing a trend here as we go stronger in loft, you're hitting the ball higher.
Yeah, funny how that goes, and it's counterintuitive, right? But that's what all that tungsten does for you in there when you have that strong loft in there.
We got
the ball
CGs here. We got ball in the air.
Still, it's easy up.
Great ball.
I felt a little, I don't know, maybe a little bit heely, but yeah, I'll take all of them.
That was 4 millimeters towards the hill. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
We'll call that boring golf, shall we?
Yeah.
Same shot every time, pal.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. So 250 in the bag there. Some really good strikes. We'll look at 350 next here.
Okay.
Making life a little easier as we go. A little bit more real estate on the club.
I'm happy that it's always good to have the test get easier as you go along. Oh, that felt really good right there.
Golf shot.
Yeah.
We'll carry on that one right over the flagstick.
I think just to have this environment and then just be able to test all of the heads. Obviously, you don't want to tire a player out completely during a fitting, but just to be able to see all the heads and then to see how they all react. But to be able to see in a controlled environment, hitting a Pro V1 and then being able to see the results is, I think it's beneficial for any player. Oh my gosh, I think this might be
fitting right there, right? I mean, just even trialing these. It's a great shot.
That might be.
Okay.
Yeah, that's whew.
Let's go one more on this one, but.
Yeah, I think it's always good when the player sees the shot and they make up their own mind after seeing the shot, feeling the shot, and then the fitter, they don't really have to say anything.
Yeah, let the product speak.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it.
Fairly foregone conclusion here, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good right there.
Yeah. Okay. So what we're doing now is we're going to jump back down into the 250, into the launch spec.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So we've got that head here as well.
Yeah.
This is the 250 Star. So retroed back a little bit on loft, right? So like we were talking about before, 6 grams down. So
6 grams
a few
down.
swing weights out of the head here.
Yeah.
A bit more launch based. So, you're talking about those 3Ds that you have at Titleist. Let's see what this one can do for us.
Yeah.
Let's get some data.
That'll be interesting. Very interested to see how this one does.
Oh, there's our launch right there, pal. Wow. What I like about this product, and we talked a bit off camera about it as well, is we're not really talked about distance here. Right? This is about launch, which I really like. This isn't a, like we said earlier, full bag of driving irons, just trying to get as far as we can. This is about scoring, right? Let's get, we'll talk about it in a bit, but I've noticed your descent angle creeping up. And we're kind of pushing through now, even for you as a golfer. Last one was almost 52 degrees coming down.
Seriously?
So we're kind of pushing into a territory where we move you away from a little bit. So we can really see what they say on the tin is what we're seeing here. Really good.
Yeah, I think, an iron fitting is completely different from a driver fitting.
Oh, yeah.
With the driver, you hit one 275 and then you hit one 250, you'll be fine mostly on the golf course, right? You want to hit a flyer with a driver.
Sure.
But not the case with an iron, which is why we always keep on talking about the 3Ds. And we've been talking about it for quite a long time, but now I think now players, after hearing it for so long, they're coming to a fitting probably asking for it too. It's like, how's that landing? Is that going to hold a green? So, it's a process in educating every golfer. Say, hey, these are the things to look out for during your iron fitting.
I love that part of it, right?
Oh, that felt good. That was good.
So let's give you a little swing break here. Okay. We're going to get you to hit a couple of the longer irons because I didn't want to see you hit one of these. This caught your eye as soon as we came in.
Yeah, I did.
So let's run a couple of numbers here. So
okay.
Give you a little swing break here. So as we go from the very top now, T100 is right up top here. So honestly, nothing wrong with this iron for you here. So we've got really good ball speed. Now, on average, I'm just seeing it jump a little bit more. It's my only criticism of T1 as we went through. We just saw that we've got ball speed jumping a little bit there. So really good strikes. Spin rate jumps a little bit too. And as a result, just height and carry does a touch as well. So we've got an average of 141, 46 degrees descent. Now we go into T150, so that's what we're talking, I highlighted a little bit. With the same ball speed, but at a stronger lofted iron, you've actually spun the ball more and then brought the ball down at a steeper descent angle here, right? So we've gone from 46 to 47.5 without affecting your carry. So when we talk about the ease this year of, when we talked off camera about combo setting, you're pitching those two irons exactly the same. There's just a 5 foot higher flight with a 1.5 degree steeper descent angle and nearly 500 RPM more spin at the same ball speed, right? A lot more sturdy as well. So if we put you into that in a long iron, we know that we're going to get the sturdy results from that, right? That's a dependable iron, right? You can lean on that. As we go to T250, we jump up here. So this is where that jump was. As you had the jump in feel, you also got the jump in performance as well. So your first two out the gate were 109. There's a touch of an outlier here in the middle, so we'll give you that one, no worries, where you had your spin drop. But we've got great ball speed
that's
here.
Cool. I mean, my slowest one here is kind of the average.
It's just almost touching the average of the outliers, so T250 there, a little bit of a spin drop. Now with that on hold, it does bring it up another 300. So that's our first spin drop there. But we go up again, we go from 85 feet to 90, we're now at 97. So stronger loft.
It's kind of where you want to live, close to 100 with the irons.
Yeah, I think, looking at some of the numbers here, you've got a nice club head speed too, sort of low 80s here. So PGA Tour average being 92, 93 as it moves around. You're pretty up there with those guys.
I'm working with the stack system right now. I'll come back in 6 months.
There we go. So we're at 106 there, ball speed. Now your descent angle is sharpening again.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're starting to see that differential now as dynamic loft comes down. We're starting to see spin drop, which is natural. But with that tungsten in the head, that low CG, down means up. So you picked up 8 yards of carry there while hitting the ball higher. So height, spin, and carry really working well together there, right?
Yeah.
So it's that trade-off. It's descent angle saying, okay, well, I know you're going to drop a bit of spin here. Descent angle, puts that on its back and says, I'll take you there. So when we talked about golf in Hong Kong and southern China, that really is what's going to help there. So apart from one outlier here, everything is north of 47 degrees. So again, T250, great iron for you there.
Well, that's pretty good.
It's good prediction from you. It's
pretty good, yeah.
I reckon you know a thing or two about these clubs. Then we go to 350. Now we started to really jump here, we started to separate ourselves. Lowest spin overall, ball speed highest overall. We're at 110 in 350.
Yeah.
So now we're breaking 100 feet. Descent angle is 48 still. We're now 158. Yeah. So if we go from your average carry of 141, 141 with 150, we're now at 158. So in terms of in a fitting environment there, if someone's asking me what irons should I play,
pretty darn
we're
good.
looking in this area, there's 250, 350 here, right? Potentially combo in those. And then 250 star. Now we did lose our carry here purely because the spin went back up. You pretty much matched T100 here.
Yeah.
So to see 250 star and T1 perform almost identical, really good. Just shy of 7,000 RPM. You hit 50 degrees landing average.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
52.5 on that one there. So that's coming down with snow on. Right?
Yeah.
So in terms of what the irons say they do, we're pretty much seeing that from here, pal. It's what it says on the tin, and it's always nice for me as a fitter if I can have a level of staying a couple of steps ahead of the process, so that there's no surprises for me. That's going to help me out. So.
Yeah, I mean that peak height right there. It's I can imagine, I can just see in my mind the type of player that we've hit in the past that can really go into that club, and it's not necessarily a slow speed kind of thing. It's just players that need to get that ball in the air and then get that spin up.
Sure. That's what we talked about mostly here, right? Is that launch, right? So
launch,
to get that apex 114 feet, coming down at 52.5.
Jeez.
That's actually little through the other side.
Yeah.
I'd probably fit away from that.
Well, that's cool. I mean, we don't have the CB and the MBs here, right? But if we wanted to put those in there, it would be, you can see everything in there. But it's we're really splitting hairs here because I feel like I could probably play golf with any of these and probably have a okay round, but it just clear. It's just it's a race between the 250 and the 350 here.
Yeah, I see a better spin rate from the 250. Ball speed's obviously a little bit lower, but that's a lost story. Yeah. And then just your dispersion as well. So if we just pull in all the irons here, so T1, 150, 250, 350, and star, we're not missing a lot of greens here either. And if we look at where 350 is, this guy here, I mean, if I clear that out a little bit, so if we just go back to 250, 350, there's a dispersion story there too, Bal.
Yeah, that's
you could walk out and place those. That's,
longer
that's
and
you doing
straighter.
that.
Yeah, can't go wrong there.
So awesome.
Thank you. All right. Is this a high launch or is that the normal?
So this is just straight up T250.
250. All right.
Just firmed up the shaft a little bit there onto a Project X.
Perfect. Is this a Project X?
Yeah, this is the Project X Red.
Ah, the
100
red.
grams.
The red, yeah.
So a little bit more weight in this shaft. And with Project X being a non-taper shaft, just plays a little bit firmer mid and tip. So instead of loading the handle, it's loading the other end of the shaft. And that can really help if you are afraid of that left shot. That can really help just stand the ball back up on its axis a little bit. So, cool. So yeah, I just thought while hitting the 250, I think probably the only complaint from you there would be that you were hitting it a bit further left. So we're just trying to spin that up a bit and keep it online. That's ball. Yeah. And let's run that again with 350, shall we?
Let's see how that goes.
That was a great on for you, though. That looks, it was just fun.
It's a good problem to have in the end, where you you really just splitting hairs at the end.
That's what we like to do, right? It's a really good problem to have. You get to an end of a fitting, and we're picking within a couple of RPM and a couple of degrees. Yeah. Like grains of sand on a beach, Yeah. It's excited to see what happens on this one, buddy. There we go.
I can't seem to miss with this thing.
Awesome. Right on that.
I don't know. don't need to really sell me on this. It's kind of...
That thing came down with some snow on it there. 105 in the air.
And that was like the first one that kind of left the line.
It's got some amazing ball speed.
It's fast, isn't it?
I know we closed the face a little on that one, so it was a bit of a pull left, but still maintaining high and spin. Great shot there, Ryan.
Long and straight, that's a good combo.
So we know from where we began. I mean, side spin on that ball, and you see it on the left there, 0. It's the second time you've done that. The other time you did it was with T350. So I'd have a perfect spin axis of 0. That thing's not going anywhere, but straight.
Sold. Now I just need to get my gapping.
Yeah, might be on course adjustment here in terms of how far you can hit the ball.
Well, yeah,
There's a clear difference.
Do you find more players going into like lower lofted wedges now just because the irons are getting stronger?
Yeah, I mean, gap wedge for me used to be 52. Now we're looking at 48s, approach wedges.
48.
We're going pitch approach gap now, right? So we're going into a 45-degree pitch now where it used to be 48. So, which, to be honest, I don't mind because I'd rather have more people's wedges in a bag. Having worked with Bob Vokey a lot of times and picked his brains a lot and spent hours and hours just grilling the poor guy. I would rather have people have more wedges in the bag. If it's going to be a log jam in a bag, I want to load up that end, right? All too often you see people with driver, fairway, 3 wood, 5 wood, 7 wood, 2 hybrids in there, and we've just got a real log jam at the top of head covers, and then 2 wedges at the end. I'd rather take out and put down that end. So by playing a slightly stronger iron, it does open that up a little bit. Your 45-50s are in play now, 45-50, 54, 43, 48, 52. So we've got some real good coverage there. And in our wedge makeup here in our matrix, we've got some strong options there.
Well, the thing about Vokey, it's a scoring club, and a lot of the wedge, or not the wedge, but the grooves improvements that we made in the new T-Series, a lot of it's just the iron team and the Vokey team kind of working together. Looking at the higher lofted irons in the bag, saying, hey, what's the type of groove we need in there to help the player score better? It felt really good.
So a heavier, stiffer shaft than a T350, pal. I got you locked in there.
There you go.
Really good.
Write me up.
Awesome stuff. Thanks, buddy.
That's cool. That was a lot of fun.
So, really interesting discoveries there. I think what it says on the tin is kind of what we saw there, Ryan.
That was a lot of fun. I think everybody will have a lot of fun hitting these new irons. Yeah, I came into the fitting thinking I thought it was pretty well fit into what I had in the bag already, but the moment you put that 350 in my hands, it was I couldn't miss with that. Yeah, so to have the opportunity to do this today, it was a lot of fun. I encourage everybody to come to TFG to try the new Titleist T-Series.
Thank you, pal.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, it was fun.
As Ryan said, T-Series is launching. Really excited about it. Please come down to TFG, give them a try. Book a fit with myself or Dawson, and we'll take you through that process as well. And we'll see you next time.